Welcome to the second episode about how beginners should know what should you know about iClone as a beginner. So the other thing that you should know is once you have this pose and this box, the other thing you should know, mostly important, is lighting. If you want to learn animation, you must learn to do one thing concerning lighting. Lighting is a most important thing in animation or even in cinemas or whatever. But lighting is the most important thing. Only if you're dealing with a video or pictures, then lighting it have to be your thing. So right here, click right over there. There is no any light. So the first thing here should click is visual. There is a visual tab. Once you click the visual tab, make sure you are clicking right first here, first button, atmosphere. Then scroll down. Just go down until you reach something called image based lighting. And you can see, you can find out that it is activated. Click here to deactivate. So right now everything will be completely black. Why? Because you deactivate the light, the light that produced by image. So you should learn that there is images that will produce light. We're not dealing with that today. So deactivate it and let's go back to our lighting lesson. So the lesson about lighting, click here on create because you want to learn how can you make a lighting here. How can you create lighting? This background won't do any favor for you. You can see you have a background, but the background is gray and these things are dark, so you'll be a bit confused. So what I do recommend here, click on your keyboard, Control P. Once you click Control P, the new tab will appear. It's called Preference tab. You can drag it and drop right over there, but we're not using it permanently. We're using it for a short time. And one day we'll make a tutorial about it. So once you scroll down there on a Control P, this one, Preference, there's something here about this tab, this color of the grid. So we'll start with the color of the grid. This grid color lighting, let's put it to maybe a little bit bright because we really need to see this grid. But the other thing that we should do here, should make sure that the setup, uh, the setup have to be a different, have to be different from this one here. There's this kind of a gray color. We don't need this color. So once you check right here, there is no way we can change it. It's just about grid. Okay, no worries. Just close this grid, come back to the project, click on project setting. Yeah, project setting, and then scroll down to the project scene. Once you scroll down, there is this image here, background color. So background color here, you can click on background color, which was gray, and pull this down to be completely black. Then click OK. So right now, even if we are dealing with lighting, then we can do justice about this object we do have. So we cannot learn lighting if there is these lines. This line will be challenging you. So the first lesson to learn about lighting, it will be better if you change background color and then try to hide these grid lines by clicking Ctrl G. Then we are completely black. So if you are new to iClone, this will be a very good way for you to start your animation. If your screen is completely black and you have object, then you are very good to go. You don't need sky or any other thing. So the first large light that you need to understand right over there is kind of a sun. So this is called auxiliary light. Once you click this one, it will show you where your objects are. And this light is just a temporary. You click this one, it will be gone. So auxiliary light is a very light that will guide you where your objects are. And even if you add the other light somewhere or you try to create a dark scene, auxiliary will be there for you temporarily when you need it. But you don't need it, just click it to be gone. So right now, we need light to our scene. In iClone, there is three lights. for iClone 5, I do remember for iClone 5, 6, 7, and also iClone 8, we do have three lights. Actually, we do have three lights. So once you come here on create, scroll down, there is a light, direction light, spotlight, and point light. So the light that we'll be dealing with is called direction light. This light is one of the one kind of a light which is look like a daylight, okay, an outdoor light, kind of a sunlight, okay. So once you click this light, things will be like this. And the good thing about iClone 8 and the other iClone that will come again, uh, we can change this light to any kind of a light you do like. So we are adding this first light, and also we are adding the other light, so you can learn about both lights at the same time. Let us add spotlight. We're adding spotlight as well. The spotlight is right over there. It's just right here. Okay, you can drag it and pull it here. So right now we have spotlight and we have direction light. But there is another light, and this another light. Once you click here, create, scroll down, light and a point light. This point light also is right over there. It's kind of a bulb, if you're familiar with the bulb. So this is kind of the light that is shining in all direction in 360 angles. So point light is just right over there. So these are lights or basic of light that you should learn about in iClone. Once you do have these lights, then you can try to manipulate one by one light. So let's try to differentiate these lights by changing their color. Click on modify. Once you click on modify, you'll be given a multiplier and other stuff, a lot of them. But as I said, we want to learn shortcut stuff. So on the multiplier, it means you're increasing the brightness of a light in the multiplier. You are lowering the brightness as well. So let's try to change the color of the light, and make sure this light, you can just pick any color you prefer. So we want this light to be blue. Just click right over there and then scroll down. The same light will have something called range. It means how far do you want your light to go. So you can change the range according to your needs. Maybe you want the range to be bigger or small. So you can change the range according to how much far do you want the light to go. And another thing here is this light right over there. It's called uh, spotlight. Spotlight also is a good light, and also this light you can click on modify, and then the good thing about spotlight, or the different thing, the spotlight also have a multiplier. You can do the same thing, but this spotlight, let us give it maybe a green light. It will be kind of a green. And this is spotlight. If it's pointing in another direction, the good thing about it, you can point it to the only direction you want it to uh, to look at. So you can scroll down here and look at pick target that spotlight will look at, and look at this box. So the spotlight will point on that box all the time, even if you're trying to move it. Okay, it will just pay attention on that box, and then scroll up there and try to add a multiply. So if you multiply that spotlight, will continue to look to the same box. So right now you can have these lights. Okay, you have the spotlight and point light, which are colored. But the other light which we didn't color is this one, direction light. Once you click it, you'll be given the same thing, multiply. So you can try to multiply it and click right over here to change the color of it. And let us try to put this color red, something red. Or maybe this is too much, but whatever. Red is red. It's good one. So right now we have different three lights. But one thing you should know, or one thing that is missing nowadays, most people don't like to see the effect is these lights to be volumetric light. So that will be in our next episode, guys. So for now, you should know the basics of these lights. So for the next tutorial, you can learn about volumetric lights.